sunnies off.
It's a campaign that will be about energy and about ideas.
We are not going to sign a blank cheque.
Tackling the big issues of climate change, of housing, of inequality, issues we know that need urgent and bold responses.
You could be forgiven for thinking you're experiencing deja vu. The ACT is heading into an election year where Canberra's light rail, rates, housing, health and education system improvements are all key issues. But has the political and social terrain changed? Labor has been in government since 2001, the longest serving in the country, and they've been in coalition with the Greens since 2012. The last election was held in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Since then, inflation and interest rate rises have made cost of living pressures more acute. But there's also been a change in government at the federal level since that last ACT election, and the strains placed on the economy by the pandemic have subsided. So all these changes and other issues have Canberrans thinking it's time for fresh leadership in the Territory. For his view, I spoke to Chief Minister Andrew Barr earlier today.
Chief Minister, thank you for joining us. My pleasure. Labor's been in power for more than 2 decades. Why should you get another go?
Well, the government continues to focus on the things that are important to Canberrans, building the infrastructure that our growing city needs, addressing cost of living challenges, and ensuring that Canberra remains a progressive and inclusive place. Over the last 10 years, we've grown faster than any other state or territory. A lot of things are going right here that's attracting people to want to live in Canberra. We know it's one of the greatest places in the world to live, and we want to make the Canberra that we all love even better.
The opposition's first policy announcement of the year was around cost of living. You got one more budget before the election. At the last budget, you indicated you didn't think there would need to be an expansion of the number of support programs, subsidies available for people who are struggling. How will you approach demand this time around?
Well, we'll look to increase the funding that we provide within the existing program streams. So we recognise that energy costs, for example, are some of the biggest costs that households face. Pretty well everyone has an electricity account, and so that's the area that we're going to focus on, because that ensures that people who rent, people who have a variety of different circumstances can get support. The more you have lots of little programs, the more expensive that is to administer, and the more likely it is that people who really need support will miss out.
With the federal government looking at stage 3 tax cuts, will you look at the ACT's 20-year tax reform process? Do you need to speed it up to get more people into their first homes, enable them to downsize or upsize?
So we are in the middle of the third 5-year tranche of tax reform, and we've been particularly focused on stamp duty cuts for first home buyers and for downsizers. So we'll certainly be continuing that program. So there will be a further stamp duty cut in the Territory budget in the middle of the year, and then we'll outline our plans for the next 4 years.
It's a light rail election yet again. Even if Canberrans are concerned about the unconfirmed cost, now stage 2 doesn't look like it will be complete until next decade. You were able to deliver stage 1 within a term of government. Is there a risk here that Canberrans are going to get fed up by how long this is going to take?
I think people understand that it's a very complex project through the CBD and the Parliamentary Triangle. But the choice in the election will be whether we're going to continue to invest in public transport infrastructure. Labor will support electric buses and ensuring that our bus fleet is electrified and expanded over time, and light rail investment and active transport investment of the kinds that we've announced today.
Will you confirm the costs and the timeline before the election?
Well, we'll be confirming what we can through the processes that we're undertaking with the Commonwealth. What I can confirm is that the ACT will be seeking a 50-50 funding arrangement with the Commonwealth. That was the basis for the Stage 2A extension, and the federal government is supportive of the project and has funded 50% of it.
You've been the Chief Minister now for nearly 10 years. Is a vote for Labor in this coming election a vote for you as the leader for the whole of next term?
Well, this is the commitment I gave at the last election, that when you run for office, you commit to a 4-year term. That's the commitment I gave last time. That's the commitment I give this time. The expectations in a Hare-Clark system are that no one party will win a majority. So the question will be who can lead a stable and progressive government for Canberra. And I've demonstrated through difficult times like COVID and bushfires that I can do that, and I can work with other political parties to ensure stable government and effective government for Canberra.
Is there a succession plan?
Well, look, I have many colleagues who will step up into leadership positions in the future.
Some insiders have speculated if the number of Senate seats the ACT gets was expanded, you'd have your eye on one of them. Is that your ambition?
Well, I'm focused on this election campaign. What happens in the future is for the future. My commitment is that I'm running for re-election in 2024, leading a fantastic ACT Labor team.
Do you see yourself ending your working career as a Chief Minister?
Well, I've just turned 50. I anticipate I will have another career beyond my time in the Assembly, but well, I don't know. Time will tell on those things, but that's for the future. Right now, I'm focused on this year, completing this term of government and seeking re-election in October.
Chief Minister, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.